Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood. In the last episode, we began working on some older content in the form of the Crystal Tower raid story. This was released between the release of A Realm Reborn and the release of Heavensward, so it's fairly old content at this particular point. And it was the first 24-man raid dungeon available in the game. And the reason why we're doing it is because the story is somewhat important for the Shadowbringers expansion. So we got it started. We ran to our first obstacle, which is going to be getting through the gate to the Crystal Tower complex, which is protected by several magical barriers that are going to require pure crystals to deal with. And so we went around to the various beastmen strongholds and borrowed some crystals from them. And so we got that taken care of, but apparently the crystals need to be shaped properly, and that requires the usage of elementally aspected ether sand, which is rare and expensive, which the Sons of Saint Koinak have had trouble obtaining. So we are here in Ul'dah, heading towards the Goldsmith Guild in an effort to acquire some of this aether sand that we need. So that is where we are at in that particular story. So let's go ahead and head on in to the Goldsmiths Guild here in Ul'dah and have a chat with Serendipity, the head of the Goldsmiths Guild, to see if we can get this ether sand that we need. Right. Mistress Chatsurugi, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? We would like to buy some sand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of Saint Koinak? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other three varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jamime over there. I do beg your pardon. It seems he's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or two. Ayame, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? I'm the one with the sand. Well now, this is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gil clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the Allegan civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with the new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal aboard the Enterprise. As a matter of fact... Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all four varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here. Even for you, lass. How we're meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it, but if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think of another technological innovation or two. Alright, so looks like we got Biggs on board. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk with Biggs. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who, very occasionally, handles the earth aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog, and you should find him poking around with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Wedge, thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Alright. So let's go ahead and head out to Blue Fog and see if we can meet up with Wedge. Alright. Here is the experienced adventurer that we are looking for. I think. Yes. Experienced adventurer. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic, but as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it's called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may be lost in the old Amagina Mithril mine, or Amagina Mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Alright then. Where is it? Abandoned Amagina Mithril mine. Way up there. Okay. Let's go ahead and head on over. I seriously doubt anything over there is going to give us any trouble. At least not any of the normal roaming mobs, but you know, if the quest itself actually spawns stuff, they'll attack, of course. But we should be able to make short work of them. Alright, so. There's Wedge. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair, it's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm going to die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Ayame? Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen aether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff. Before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen aether sand's right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the aether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Ayame. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. They appear to be lunatics. Alright, well. Where is the aether sand? There it is. Well, that was fairly straightforward. Ayame, have you had any luck locating the aether sand? Indeed I did. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect aether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of Allegan knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that aether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Ayame. Alright, so we've got 2 of the types of aether sand that we need. So that was relatively simple. So let's go ahead and head to St. Quinnox's Find, deliver the aether sand, and figure out where we're going to be going for the other 2 varieties. So the new airship tech that they are working on eventually turns out to be the Mana Cutter, which I already happen to have, which is, you know, this thing right here. Which can't fly here, unfortunately. But I can at least ride it to where we need to go. Alright, there's Rambrose. Right, yummy. You have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Well, I actually found 2. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambrose, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Ayame has won for our cause, if only for a moment. Alright, I'm going to take the elegant silver pieces. Alright, so let's pick up the next quest from Rambrose. Rambrose wishes to discuss the procurement of the outstanding varieties of ether sand. Alright. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsemontre, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Alright, off to Gridania. And to the markets. Actually, I probably want to go this way. Alright, there's Parsemontre. Yes, I'm sorry? Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? Forgive me, madam, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? I have not seen so much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspect of variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betusked nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Alright, so out the Earth's Gift. Alright. Alright, there is a hulking hog carcass. It appears that someone has already dealt with the thing. You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here, nay, not so much as a speck. Okay, a disembodied voice. No. You will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I've decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you, the wind touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Alright then. Let's head on over there. Volgord float. And then we ride from there. Again, nothing should really bother us through here. We're way over leveled for all of this. So. I don't expect that I will have to use my weapon at all. Except that there is going to be an enemy here. Purple circle. Simple enough. Alright, so there's our ether sand. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. While the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have fortified our little race, or forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept the token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you in the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray receive the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Alright, sent on another goose chase here. One directly on top of a fate. Well, that would have been annoying if I had done this at the level appropriate time. And there is the water-blessed Aether Sand. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into Aether Sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Okay, well, back to St. Quinac's Find, deliver the sand, and hopefully get ourselves through that barrier. There's the crystal tower, glowing in the distance. Alright, what news of your mission? Are we getting closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Well, we got both of them. You brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Alright, let's take that silver piece. There, that should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all four of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. It was a trifling matter, I assure you. Ayame here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allagan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Well, those Biggs and Wedge have shown up. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get a chance to study the wonders of the Allagan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decades, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged onto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's freedom through technology. Exactly, freedom. When we forsook our homeland and swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny, that has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization. And have damn near doomed ours, twice. That is why you must explore the Crystal Tower and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. A familiar voice, apparently. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldassian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? This is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Koinak, can we? We must have a memorable appellation for our adventure. Oh, if our adventure is to leave its mark on the annals of history, I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically. But my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? Archmagus? Something like that. I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it's time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? It looks like we are. Alright, ready. Alright, we're getting a little late here, but let's go ahead and see if we can at least get access to the first stage of the raid. So, Grahatia, let's talk to you. He's eager to begin the expedition of the tower. Alright, esteemed colleagues, the secrets of ancient Allag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambrose, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast. Alright, so we are heading in this direction. Down here. Labyrinth of the Ancients. And that's what he means by lopsided gate. It literally is lopsided. Alright. The crystal tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Cid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask you to take the lead for the present. Alright, so there's the 8 sentinels. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. They apparently work. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. Alright, and we are through. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Ayame and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Ayame here fits the description better than anyone I know. and it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Ayame and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Ayame, as it seems, I won't be accompanying you. Allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of its hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell, and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Ayame. Alright, Labyrinth of the Ancients is now accessible. The first stage of this raid dungeon. Alright, so we will work on getting that taken care of for next episode. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.